What's up guys, this is your boy, the average gamer 9 here, back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile. And in this video, we are gonna fight Boss Superman and walk over the tips and tricks and the do's and don'ts of fighting Boss Superman. So because this is Heroic 7, this is the ultimate boss literally of Rise of Krypton. So there are ways to even one-shot Boss Superman, but here I am actually lacking the full level of attack on the Warsuit. So I decided to do with this traditional team of using Nora Snow Globe as well as a Sword of Sin on Batman Who Laughs, and using this specifically health reduction team, as I like to call it. It's just the health reduction team. It doesn't do anything else. So obviously, like, you want to have an artifact on these characters which can actually give you a lot of health, because Boss Superman can hit pretty hard, to be honest. Like, as you can see here, I have a level 7 Warsuit on Power Girl, which is granting me some decent amount of health, like over 20k health if I'm remembering correctly, and still, like, it's literally getting like smashed out there. So Nora Snow Globe is there on Deathstroke, and you can see here that it's not healing, and rest in peace my clone, but it's not healing because that heal is actually a buff, and that heal is in turn kind of getting transformed into a dot whenever Deathstroke is doing a special. As you can see, it just healed off the SP2, but nothing more than that. Now dashing back a bit, and here it becomes tricky because I've not reduced the percentage health by a long, and this is a good thing because it was a dot. That's why, like, I survived there. Now doing some ranged attacks to keep Superman at bay and also gain the power bar so that I can do an SP2. Pretty tricky, I would say. Pretty tricky stuff that's going on over here, and but still managing pretty well though, I would say, because my first clone literally just did nothing, and I literally had no ability to do anything. I think that SP3 might have worked there. I think I messed up a bit, but it's okay guys, it's okay. Like, we're still able to do some percentage health reduction from Deathstroke himself. There goes Deathstroke, totally knocked out, and doing some damage with Batman Who Laughs doing the SP1, and it starts blocking. I decided to interrupt the SP3 of Superman as well. So finally, let's look at the damage that we were able to trigger off with the first pip. First pip triggers 1.3 billion damage. So definitely this is the best first pip you can do if you're going for a multiple pip strategy. The team that I am going to use now, this team is actually capable of one-shotting Boss Superman if played properly and you have full level artifacts. Like, everything is level 10, even the Warsuit. So as you can see here, the first SP1 is unhittable, so it triggers the debuff. And this is something that I was hating here. Like, as you can see here, the first SP1 after the debuff or the unhittable one is not triggering power steal. As you can see here, no power steal here. Now it triggers a power steal. So for power steal to take place with the Warsuit on, you need to have an SP done before the power steal effect takes place, and which is definitely a bummer because you need to have the Warsuit, just the Warsuit, and that should suffice to trigger the power steal effect, but it doesn't, which I think is definitely a bug. I feel it's a bug. You guys might agree to disagree, but it is what it is at the end of the day, and that causes an issue, and that issue is basically you're trying to power steal here so that you can reduce the defense as well as gain some power with Classic Superman. In this particular scenario, I did an SP2 from Classic Superman so that I gain some power, and as you can see here, it's not helping me a bit because I'm literally at 1 minute 30 seconds odd mark, and still I'm not doing a ton of damage. And this is mainly because that Warsuit is like here, as you can see, the power steal is not triggered. It's a bummer. Now the power steal triggers, and definitely something that I hate in this particular scenario. And I was literally stuck here doing another SP3 from King of Atlantis Aquaman. Full stacks is still not there. Doing another SP2 to do some power steal as well. Refreshing the stacks of darkness now from Raven. Tagging in King of Atlantis Aquaman. And finally, I'm able to get some decent amount of dot. I should have jumped in here because that would have triggered a higher amount of dot. Doing another SP2, reducing the defense, doing a power steal. So it's like a lot of things kind of going in here, and at this point of time, it's it's a mess. I think I should have tagged in King of Atlantis Aquaman out there and tried to do the super move if enough power was there to block the super move from Superman. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, we are not getting any high amount of damage at this point of time because Superman is very much critical hit immune. I think it has 98% resistance or something like that. So you're seeing here, I'm not getting crits at all. 5.2 million dot only. Could have been way better. This team has the potential to one shot. Was a complete mess of a gameplay, yielding 658 million. This one's even worse, by the way. So this one, just kind of says and tells us what we shouldn't do, even if we have the Beta Club, even if we have Mr. Freeze and everything else. So the problem here is the defense of Superman, and the reason is, so how this team works, everyone knows how this Mr. Freeze as well as Brainiac team works. Everyone is aware of it. But the problem here is because defense of Superman is very high, it's almost like maxed out kind of a scenario. The defense actually reduces the basic hit damage that you're going to do, and that in turn is going to reduce the beta dot that you're going to trigger. So ideally with this team, I can easily do around 700 million, 600 million damage. But let's see how much damage we are able to do here. We have only 131 million health left on Superman, given the fact that critical hit resistance is there as well. So for that, Dr. Fate is there to block the critical hit resistance. But let's look at what is going on. Rather, I wouldn't say Dr. Fate. Rather, Brainiac is there itself with the Dark Metal cards hit area, critical hit area. And as you can see, I'm triggering a crit, but the amount of dot is literally ridiculous. And here there was no crit as well because I was out of the area. Trying to stack up the lethal here. I did manage to stack up the lethal, and trying to freeze Superman here to no avail, because obviously boss Superman is freeze resistance. Finally frozen, just refreshing the area. And let's look at the dot, guys. This is the final form of the dot. It's less than 1 million, guys. It's less than 1 million. It's ridiculous how low the amount of dot is, and it's primarily because it has dot resistance, like Superman has dot resistance, as well as high defense, which in turn reduces the basic hit damage, as well as the dot, like I mentioned before. So definitely that 130 odd million health that was left is not gonna get completed here, guys. It's not gonna get completed. But we'll look at the overall damage that we were able to trigger as well. And at this point of time, well, Superman is not getting frozen as well, which is ridiculous. It's not getting frozen. And I think I should have used Raven plus Mr. Freeze out here, because I think that has the best potential to one shot. Because if I am able to trigger like a crit hit, it's gonna do a lot more damage, to be honest. It's gonna do a lot more damage. Let's look at the total amount of damage we were able to do. A paltry 40 million odd damage. That's ridiculous. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done already. This is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off. You guys take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.